we're back working on the Mercedes. As you can see, it's looking really good. It's pretty daggum dirty right now, but one step at a time. We're gonna get there eventually. But I really want to focus on getting the doors jammed out, getting this hatch jammed out, and I've gotten almost all of the sanding and prep done. So we're almost there. It's just a little bit more to do. And all I have to do left, all I've got left to sand or scuff, all that good stuff, is the jambs of this hatch right here and the hatch itself. But these guys right here are in my way. Once I get them out of my way, hatch is gonna fall on my head, right? So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do to hold this hatch up real quick. That way I can finish getting this prepped, get it ready to go, mix some paint, get some base coat laid down, and then we're gonna spray some clear coat. So I'm hoping to try to do that today. We'll see how many shirt changes you see in this video to try to get this done. We'll see. I'm hoping just this shirt today, maybe.
It's amazing.
Well, boys and girls, everything is pretty much done as far as jamming all the, painting all the door jambs, the inside of the doors and all that. I just got everything primed. So now I'm going to spray some base coat on the doors. Last night I finished up the actual door jambs and the engine bay and got those cleared in. So those are good to go, finished up. Then this morning, or late this afternoon, this is Sunday, so I got the hatch prepped, put my gloves on. Part two is pretty hot and pretty soaking wet right now, but making progress. So after 5 o'clock, and I gotta get supper done, so I gotta get this base coat on pretty quick. So I get the clear on, and then go get some dinner within the next 30 minutes or so. Yeah. So let's mix up some base coat and spray some black. Then everything will be ready except all the way up to the camo on the outside, which I'm super happy about. Can't wait to do it. So, let's get it. Boys, it's been one freaking long day today, but this thing is pretty much prepped for some camo. I think. I hope. I'm praying. It's all primed. Let's get to spraying some more base coat on this thing. We gotta spray the roof up here. Gotta spray the bottom of the hood and the back side of the fenders. That way we can get the fenders and the hood on. And then I can start taping out some camo. Let's get it. Look at this. This looks fantastic. The whole entire front end is definitely primed. I got to give it a little scuff down. You see, I've mostly gotten this dent out right here, but I'm gonna leave it just like that because it gets fender flares anyways, so I'm not like crazy worried about that little dent because it'll be hidden anyways. There's another one back there on that fender around that wheel arch, and I don't care about that one either. Hood looks fantabulous. I got a little paint run right there. I gotta fix that. And I believe there's another one right there. Gotta fix that one. I've got the Fontana photos here, so I'm gonna kind of use these as a go-by here to get the hood masked off here. And the side, this is the right side. I've got another picture of the driver's side somewhere. I just got to find it. It's somewhere around here. This shows a good picture of what the back hatch gate looks like. We'll do the roof later. I'm not going to worry about the roof right now. I just really want to get all of the bare necessities done, like the camo. I want to do that. And the front and rear bumpers, the side rock sliders, the wheels and tires, the flares, the extrusions. I want to get all those things done first. And then we'll move on to probably the window bars. I got to figure these out because I think it's kind of dangerous to be driving this thing down the road and not be able to get out should this thing roll over. So I want to make these somehow removable so that they can either pop out or unpin them from the inside somehow so that they just kind of be able to like kick them off or something in case this thing like ever rolls over. So like I could just kick them off and get out safely. So I got to figure that out. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that yet. This cap that goes over the top, you know, there's a Lexan piece on the front, and then there's a Lexan dome right here over that area, and you know that actually looks like a fiberglass extrusion, fiberglass mold right there that they made. I think, I don't know that for sure, but not put my hands on one of these close enough to see. And you guys are terrible at documenting and taking good front, back, side pictures of these vehicles that are sitting everywhere. I have yet to find an actual side, like a just broadside straight on photo, a back straight on photo, a front straight. I mean, even this is the closest straight on photo I can find, and you can see it's kind of still cockeyed. That is ridiculous. You guys need to step it up a little bit. So anywho's, if I visit one of these, I'm gonna take some good photos and I'll document the process. You guys have to bear with me for a minute because I have never actually ever done this before, but this is the fine line tape I'm going to be using to fine line out the camo pattern for the Mercedes, for the Lost World Mercedes. So let's just see how this works out. Hopefully won't be too difficult. I've wiped this thing down one time. It needs one more wipe down before I can actually do any painting. Once I get it wiped down one more time, it'll be ready for paint. So let's get to fine lining this out, get it wiped down, and see what it looks like. Should be pretty cool. Well, boys and girls, I think all the black base coat is all done. It is not without its blemishes, let me tell you. I mean, if you're gonna see stuff stand out, it's gonna be whenever you spray black. So I've seen some stuff stand out. And I just, for some reason, I don't know if it's the humidity outside or what it is, but for the life of me, I can't get this stuff to spray right. It usually sprays a lot easier than this. But for some reason, I've been having just one problem after another with this base coat. Well, boys and girls, we've gotten all the black base coat sprayed. Still a little smelly in here, so, you know, gotta wear my mask. TBE, right? Safety first. Okay, so all the black is sprayed, so I'm gonna spray some Woodbine green. See how it goes. I'm going to turn my spray gun down to spot so I could try to outline the locations where the Woodbine green needs to go. But this color looks really cool. Check it out. And here's my Woodbine green ready to spray. So I'm about to put it in my gun and put it on spot. I'm going to turn it from fan, tighten my saw all the way up. That way it's just a pin needle, so just a pinpoint spray, you know, it'd be about that big around. And then I'm gonna try to see what happens. So let's get it.
So we finally got the paint done on the Mercedes. It's not perfect by no means because I'm an idiot. Completely, totally, purely crazy idiot. So I was putting some clear coat on this thing. It obviously looks really, really, really good. But there's an issue, and you probably already spotted it, but here's what's up. And the problem I'm having is this right here. You know, it don't wipe off. I've got some trash in the clear coat. I got some trash in it, okay? Got a little trash problem in my clear coat. That's all trash. The biggest piece of trash right there. No way to get that out. It's embedded in the clear coat, so no way to resolve that without sanding it out. So there's another sanding and another clear coat action going to happen on this thing, but we're not going to worry about that right now because there's still more fab work to do. We've got to make fender flares, we've got to make door extrusions. I mean, there's the whole entire roof assembly thing that we got to figure that part out. I mean, there's still work to do, body work. So I'm not that worried about it right now. We'll burn that bridge later. We really just need to focus on trying to get this thing running and driving at this point. So we can start getting some things back together, start working out the wiring issues. I need to go through all of the wiring harnesses, which I've went and got from storage. I went and got every bit of the wiring that goes to this vehicle. And now we need to start going through it. And first thing, what I really need to do is clean the interior of this thing. It is so freaking dirty right now. It's crazy. So need to get this thing cleaned up, washed out, dried out. Let's head on down here to the local junkyard of the Gulf Coast here. Going to my local pull apart, and we're going to check it out, see what they got. I know for a fact that they have there's a 1998 ML320. It's pretty beat up, but it does not have a flooded interior like mine does from sitting under a tree. It looks like it was driven all the way up until the day that it went to the junkyard. So I would say it's probably electrically better than my ML320. So, the Lost World Mercedes was based upon the initial release of the vehicle, which would have been the 1998 ML320, which is what we're going to go look at today. I don't think I've taken any. I've looked at it a couple of times before, and I think I got the side view mirrors off of it, but I think that's all I've gotten from it. We're going to go look and see if there's anything else that could possibly help us move along a little more expediently with the build. So I'm going to look at the seats. I'm going to look at a few little hardware pieces that are just beyond repair on mine, and maybe a few other things. But let's get over there and see what it looks like, see what's still on it. Here she is, boys. 1998 Mercedes ML320. I liked these fender flares until I saw like stuff like that. It's pretty busted up, but if you were curious, it mounts with these little M6 screws. Looks like it just clamps right onto the fender there. Fender flares here, cracked. I mean, I could probably repair these, but the problem is they're probably very, very brittle. Got a hitch on it. These have these like really funky, say, little flat washer thing that holds this plastic piece on, and they get brittle and they break. So I need some of those. Now that I know what it looks like, I need to take a picture of it. This one's in decent shape, but it's the only one out of the 4 that is in decent shape, and you can't find these. You can't find these online anywhere. They do not exist. I'm considering getting them, but they're going to take a lot of work to repair. And I need a hatch logo I need this logo right here, but that one's obviously not in good shape. But I bet you, I wonder if these are the same size. Like, I don't know, that one's smaller, but let's see, this one's bigger. That one right there, this is an E350. I wonder if it's the same size. I'll have to measure this and see if that one over there is the same size, and if it is, then I've got a rear hatch logo. As far as the interior goes, it's pretty decent, pretty typical. This is a 1998, so it does not have the chrome TriStar logo in the middle. The shifter is a little different than mine. I wonder if the pigtail and everything is the same. I don't know if it is or not. Here's the key for this one, which is cool. Yep, still works and everything. That's pretty cool. And then the back seat. The back seat, I got the seat backs already. So this is a little bit different on the 98s. The back seats are just slightly different than mine. I don't think these don't have like those fabric covers to cover all this up, which I kind of like. And this is a little bit different as well. I mean, underneath, looking underneath, I mean, all that looks really good. Everything looks nice and shiny. I mean, this appears to be a good example of a vehicle with fantastic parts. All right, boys and girls, we are back from the junkyard. So what we're looking at here is my haul for today. So excuse me. So what I got today from the 98 ML320 is I went ahead and got the fender flares from it. Obviously these are not the ones from the movie. I forgot that I got the trailer connector off the back of it. So this is pretty crazy. So I got this 7-pin connector off the back of that 98. And I'll show you something cool. Look at this. I don't know if this is for real or not. Dang, look at that. So you see these two holes right here on the bumper reinforcement. You see this right here, those are actually threaded holes. They got little nuts welded to the back of it. And you see it lines up perfectly. Now that plug is actually a Polac. It's a Polac plug, but you see it's got an automotive connector on it. And I did not have time today to look and see where all the wiring goes. I'm gonna save that for another day, maybe the next couple of days. Maybe I'll check it out. But check it out. I mean, it's perfect. It fits right in there, and that's actually where it goes. If you get the tow package for your M-Class, this is part of it. So this bracket and the Polac connector, all of that stuff is part of it, along with the wire harness as well, which I've got to find. And then it also had a hitch on the back, so you can see there's threaded holes here. So there's 4 holes where that hitch ties in. And then one other thing I noticed about it was there's huge bolts right through here, and I'm not sure what for, because I mean, they go all the way through. I mean, there's a hole on the other end of that hole, right? So I'm not sure what that is for in there, but there were huge bolts here and here. So it makes me think that when you get the tow package, maybe there's some reinforcement, extra reinforcement in here that's bolted in. I don't know, but that's pretty cool that these 2 holes are for the tow package 7-pin connector. And I'll go back and get the I'll go back later and get the wiring for that.